also with us in Lagos there can come and move in with him, so that it will be a situation of a son taking care of a father in my house. It wouldn't completely be my responsibility. So we later had a conversation about it, myself, the second son, and her, and then we agreed. We said, okay, Daddy will come and stay with me, or after she pleaded with me. And if any of these things I'm saying, if you guys feel it's lies, I'm going to put evidences out here. So Daddy finally moved in.
My people, I greet una with una time. Una good morning, una good afternoon, una good evening, wherever you are watching me from. So my people, today's story na about Jasmine, Mr. Ibu adopted daughter. She don't come out. Una know all the gbasgbos wey be say e dey happen. So she don't come out, come talk a lot of things wey be say many people don't know about. Abeg, mona listen, I no wan waste time. Mona just listen. Take your time to listen because the story long. Then we'll come back to the rest of the story because she say now she want to talk everything. How she take know Mr. Ibu, how the son take involved, because many people they talk say not be many people, the wife, Mr. Ibu wife, they talk say Jasmine and the second son, they don't marry secretly. They find out they want to run go Obodo Ibo with the money wey they donate for Mr. Ibu. So she want to talk affair with the second son, and the story so far is short. So make una share this video and make una take una time listening. Then we will go talk the rest of the story and who to blame. And they come up. Okay.
And as you all know, my name is Lady Jasmine C. And today I want to say thank you to everybody. Most of all, those who had faith in me, who believed in me, who patiently waited till this day for me to come and speak on behalf of myself. To all the good Nigerians out there who during this trying period showed their immense support by checking up on me, calling to know how I'm doing. I want to say thank you to everybody. So today I'm going to be talking about what has transpired this entire time. The past 3 months has been, I can't say it has been hell, but in every situation, I want to give thanks to God. I said I was not going to talk about this issue until Daddy gets back to his feet. And glory be to God, he's been discharged and recuperating. A lot has happened, not just the event of the past few months. A lot has happened, and I would like to share more light on how I got involved, how things got to this point. And I'm not talking because I need people to sympathize with me. No, that's not the essence of this. I'm talking because I feel like I have been abused. I have been used. And I hope you guys are patient enough to at least listen to the entire story. Because it means a lot to me for people to know what really transpired, what really happened. Then if after listening to me, you feel like, oh, I'm wrong, fine. I'll leave the judgment to you people.
Okay.
So how did I get involved in all this in the first place? Firstly, how did I get involved with this family?
Okay.
The John Okafor family, Mr. Ibu family. The first and most important question I get all the time from people, mostly on my comment section, is, oh, don't she have a family? Don't she have parents? Leave this family alone, and all of that. I would like to start addressing from those kind of comments. So many years ago, my dad passed on, may he so rest in peace. He was in the Nigerian army. He was a very good friend to Mr. Ibu, who is now a father figure in my life. When my dad passed on, Mr. Ibu himself was at the burial. Ever since then, he has played the role of a father figure in my life.
Okay.
Not for once have I ever needed somebody as a father that he was not there for me. So fast forward to 2018, I left the country. I left Nigeria. And then I went to look for greener pasture outside the country. Things were working out for me. I was doing good. I was doing fine. Later on, I relocated to Cyprus where I was studying law. Fast forward to 2020, Daddy in person of Mr. Obi, started writing me on WhatsApp, requesting for financial assistance. I was really surprised because before I left this country, he was doing well. If he wasn't at the peak of his career, he was doing absolutely well. He has exotic cars. Everything was okay for him. So in 2020, when he started reaching out to me that he needed money for certain things, I was really surprised. Certain times I will send 50,000, 5,000, 2,000, as much as I can. I have friends then in Cyprus that can attest to it. I think I have one friend, Ventura, another friend, Otonye. These are people I know that can attest to it because then, even when I don't have as much, I would borrow from them or I would get from them to send to him. So at some point, it was quite disturbing because I know when I left this country, he was doing very, very okay. I started asking questions. I asked him what exactly is happening in your life right now for you to be asking for the least 50,000, 10,000, 5,000. Are you sure everything is okay? That was the first time he mentioned to me that he was sick and he was in Abuja. I then asked him, how about your wife? How is the children? How is everybody doing? It's been long since I heard from any of them. He said, his wife is in Lagos. That he has been in Abuja for close to 2 years now. And I was like, if you're sick, the best place to be is your home in Lagos. Why Abuja? He didn't really say much. So I told him to send me his wife's number that I would like to hear from her. It's been a while. I'd like to hear from her. Let me know what's happening in their life and all of that. Let me also understand why he was asking for those kind of financial help if things has really gotten that bad. Because I was in shock. It also surprised me. So he later sent her number. I called her. I asked her how she was doing. She said everything was not well. I could remember that day. The first day I contacted her after a very long time, she said everything is not well, that her husband has left the house for over 2 years. He has abandoned the children and everything. I was surprised to hear that from her. And then she said that very day, she started sending me videos. I think the last time they called me out that I was on that the freeze live, I made reference to that. And I'm sure those evidence will still be on the live because I've changed my phone severally and my phone formatted. So I might not have some of those evidence, but I still know that if I go to my iCloud, I'll still see some of them, which I'll be posting while the video goes on. So around that period, she was crying over the phone. When I asked her how things were going, she said that Daddy, in person of Mr. Obi, has left the house for over 2 years, abandoned her with the kids, that things were really bad for her. Even that day, she sent me a video of NEPA people cutting the light as of when I called her. The NEPA people were there. She went to her car. She showed me her car, that there was no fuel in her car. Her car was in a very bad condition. That in fact, that if I don't intervene, no. The NEPA people will cut the light and there will be no light there will be no light in the house. And the children were drinking Gary. That there was no food in the house for the children, that they were drinking Gary, that things has gotten real bad, that since Daddy was in Abuja, he was not really in a very good state to help them and support her. And for her, she's not doing any work. She according to her, she married him. She has not had any job. She has not done anything. She has no means of sustaining the family. I mean, she totally depends on him to be able to sustain the family and pay school fees for the children. So I said, okay, I'm in Cyprus though. I'm studying. I showed her some of my school stuff. That I'm studying law. This is where I am. We're trying to catch up with each other. And I told her this is where I am right now. But I'll try and see if I can raise at least 100,000 and send to her so that she can sort out the little she can solve. She said, okay. That day I sent her 100,000. The proof of that 100,000 I sent her is in the previous live video I did with Daddy Freeze. I sent her 100,000 naira. She called me, she thanked me, said that 100,000 will go a very long way for her. I said, okay, subsequently I will keep in touch. That was my first encounter with her after a very long period of time. But that was my first time talking to her after a very long period of time, after I left the country and everything. So from there, she started chatting me every day. We were talking. Subsequently, she would send me, for every single time we were having conversation, it was about the issues in the house and all of those things. And at the point, she started complaining to me that she's not able to reach daddy on the phone in person of Mr. Ebu. And when she calls him in Abuja, he doesn't pick and all of that. So she would ask me to call daddy on her behalf and talk to daddy that daddy should send something for her and the kids. And I've been supporting her in the little way I can during that period. My friends in Cyprus, I can call their names here. I'm sure most of them are still alive, although I'm not in contact with some of them because I've left Cyprus for a while. They are aware. Some of them are aware because when I don't have, I'll ask my friend, "Oh, please help me. I want to send." They know how close I was to the family and how I was always
She still
concerned
talk
about the
about her
family.
marriage. Not
So
they say she don't marry
at
and
one point, I said I was coming back to Nigeria because at that point I was dating someone and we're talking about getting married. So I had a reason to come to Nigeria, and I told her, I said, "Look, I'm coming to Nigeria. When I come to Nigeria, we'll sit down and talk. Then we'll know how to solve some of all these issues that is going on, you know." So I was also talking to daddy's son, Valentine, that was in South Africa. I was talking to so many people in the family that period. So when I came back to Nigeria, I was supposed to come to Lagos. In fact, she was supposed to meet me at the airport, but she couldn't meet up. And then I told her I was going straight to Abuja. I traveled with one other lady, one of their family friend. So we went to Abuja. On getting to Abuja, daddy was really sick. He was really, really sick. That was the first video that went viral on social media that was giving him medicine. I said, "Daddy, take this medicine, take the medicine." I am sure I'll put it on the screen during the course of the video. So daddy was really sick. The condition I met him was really bad. I have a lot of videos we made that day. Asking what was happening. He said he's really down for the past 2 years. He don't know what is happening. I said, "Why haven't you gone home? Things are really that bad. Go home and stay with your wife. At least she will take care of you. Now that you are here in this hotel," the name of the hotel he was then was Nana Suit. You people can go and find out how long that he stayed in Nana Suit. I know. I heard when I came, I heard he lived in so many hotels in Abuja before finally living in Nana Suit. I'm sure people that are watching this video, some people will be able to go there and make inquiries. It was in Nana Suit hotel that I went and found that day. So in that Nana Suit hotel, there are some other people that were there, some other actors. During the course of this video, I'll be mentioning some names.
Okay.
So if there's anything I'm saying that is lie, people can go and make inquiries. You know, I didn't want to come and say anything, but the things have gotten to the part where I have to speak up, and I have to speak up my truth. I have to say my.
She said she no want talk before. Instead, but they use her. Then make her. She dey come and they talk now. She talk a lot, eh?
At least let it be that I speak. Let it be that I said something. Let it be that I stood up for myself. So when I arrived at that Nana hotel with the lady that is a family friend,
you'll come back later after she don't talk.
Daddy was really sick. Then I did a video of him being sick and I put it on social media. That video caught the attentions of so many good Nigerians. And then people started reaching out. What's happening to Mr. Ibu? It's been so long we heard about Mr. Ibu. What's happening to all our old Nollywood actors? We haven't been seeing Mr. Ibu. Nobody has been hearing about him for a while now. And there were some good people that were around him around that period. They knew he was sick, but they did not know he was that bad. Benedict Johnson, a Nollywood actor, was there. Labista was there. There's one other man. I don't really know him mutually, but I met him there. He was one of the people that was helping him then, and Mr. Bala. They had a program running, one political party program that was running on that period. I can't really say much about it because I came and met them in the middle of it. In fact, I later found out that they were the one even sustaining his hotel bill, his food and everything. So when they saw that video, they rushed, they came, Benedict Johnson came over, Labista came over, and some people in Nollywood, they came over, and immediately, it wasn't up to an hour, let me say an hour, 30 minutes. They rushed him to the hospital. They rushed him to the hospital, Zenith Kidney and Medical Center. When they took him to the hospital, I believe Benedict Johnson, by the grace of God, he's alive and healthy. He knows most of. He should be able to relate to most of the things I'm going to say during this period in Abuja. They took him to the hospital. The doctors saw that they saw his former medical reports from the previous hospital he was. And what the doctor said that day, I won't forget, he said, if these medical reports that they came with is the state of him, of daddy right now, that means
Benedict talk for the video.
And then I can remember then, if the people that were there can attest to the fact that daddy was saying, death is near, death is near, death is near. I was rebuking him. I said, death is not near, you're not dying anytime soon. So the hospital, they said they had to make a deposit of a particular amount of money. Benedict Johnson and Labista were running around with some other people, the Bala man, they were running around, they were able to raise a certain amount of money, and then they made deposit at that hospital, Zenith Hospital. So they started checking that I cannot actually give details of his medical condition because I feel like that those are things that are actually personal to him. But I can actually say to some extent the medical condition was really bad. It wasn't a very good report. So they started checking him all over. They had to admit him. They admitted him in that hospital for at least 3 months. And the people that took care of the bill that time, as far as I know, was that group of people that were sustaining him at that hotel. So when I came, the first thing
Una waiting. Una see say this lady, this Jasmine now, she dey talk everything, say they use her. And the way they treat her, she say she not like her. That she want talk everything. Me, I will come back to the rest of the story because she talk a lot. So more listing reach party, man, are not very so long as I talked before. Because of people when go say, oh, that are so.
Hi everyone.
Okay.
I said okay. So I spoke to daddy. I said we need to find a way for your wife to come so that she can actually take care of you. That
they play all of them so that me anyone not cut comot or everything when she talk, so that if you want comment or you want decide, you go know everything when she talk. No one will comot, okay? That make me the one play everything. Okay.
Daddy, I said we need to find a way for your wife to come so that she can actually take care of you. Daddy said clearly to me that day that he doesn't want his wife to come to the hospital that day. That if his wife comes, he's going to die. I'm not the only one he said that to. Labista, you're still alive. Benedict Johnson, you're still alive. If you people know the truth and you want to be silent about it because you don't want to get involved in family issues, I can understand.
May I pause here? This one where she dey talk say, Mr. Obi say he no want make wife come. Say if your wife come, say he go buy. Benedict talk at that actor. Because he talk and say in short, Mr. Ibu no want see anybody because he not trust anybody except one actor which he not mention the name. Okay, maybe na Benedict or another person, I don't know. Okay,
that he said this is what he said. He doesn't want you to come, that he caught you having an affair and all of those things. She said, oh, that about that is not true, that she never had any affair. I'm not here to say whether she had affair or she never had affair because I wasn't there, but I'm quoting what daddy said that day. The main reason why he said he didn't want her to come to Abuja, he said he didn't want her to come, that for the past 2 years he hasn't seen her, and she affirmed to me that for the past 2 years she has not seen him. They were only talking on the phone, and most of the times he doesn't pick the call. And most of the time it's strangers, people that she doesn't know, that were picking the call. So daddy didn't want her to be there. I was the one pushing for her to come there. I was the one pushing for her. I told her, okay, come. This is the hospital. She asked me where the hospital address was. I said, come. And I told her, okay, you know what you're going to do? Find a way, sort out a way, find flight ticket and come. When you come, then we can now find a way and raise the money and balance you back. Because if daddy is giving his reason, saying this is the reason why he doesn't want you to come, I cannot go against that will. So finally, the wife actually talked about that issue. She herself said that daddy has been telling a lot of people that she has had it from so many places that she's having an affair. But in reality, that it were just mere accusations, that it was hearsays. He was hearing from a lot of people that she never had any affair. I believed whatever she said that period. I believed her. I had no reason to doubt what she was saying. So I just as an adult, I felt like, oh, maybe it's just normal misunderstanding between husband and wife, that they were in turn settle later. So later on, she came to the hospital. When she came to the hospital, the first thing that they asked me was, who brought her here? I said, that this person is your wife now. You cannot be asking me who brought her here. Then she later said her friend, one of her friends, which I'll be mentioning her name in the course of this video because a lot of things that happened in that family she knows. If she's willing to come out and speak up one day, it's on her. If she wants to know the truth and still be silenced about the truth, it's still on her. I will not force anybody to come and speak up or force anybody to come and stand up for me. That's what I won't do. So that her friend, now, she, according to the wife, when she landed in Abuja, after I sent the address, she said it was that her friend Ogadima that actually booked the flight ticket for her. And then she came there. There was one other lady that was there that they later had issue with, whatever, I don't know. They later had issue with the lady that was there in the hospital. So when she came to the hospital, it was me, the other lady that she later had issue with, and Daddy at first in the hospital. Before she came, I was the one in the hospital taking care of Daddy when I came back. Then subsequently, Labista will come, Benedict Jose will come. Some people were coming, some other people from Nollywood, and some people that were there in that hotel that he was lodged at. The people that were looking after him were paying for his food and his hotel bill. Those people were also frequenting the hospital before she came. So when she came, I stepped down. I was just there. Whatever she wants, she would send me a message like her daughter. She was even calling me her daughter, introducing me. She was the one that started introducing me to people as her daughter. Oh, this is my daughter. This is what she has done and all of that. I was working with the flow. I never had issue with her at any point. I was very loyal to her. Never at any point had any issue with her. So, Daddy was not in that hospital for about 2 weeks. Then his son later came and joined us. Daniel, his second son, sorry, not the one in South Africa, his second son later came and joined us in the hospital. So it was me, Daddy, his wife, his son at the hospital. Subsequently, people started coming to the hospital to visit him. Yes, Madam Mona Lisa came to visit him, the Nollywood actress. She was the then secretary of PGN. A lot of people started coming to the hospital to visit him after the post I made went viral. Some people were contributing directly to him. Some people were giving him cash directly to him. At no situation was any money that was given to him taken by me or given to me. They were giving it to him, either him directly or the wife. I was just there in the picture trying to assist with everything. So after staying in that hospital for months, Daddy finally recovered. Glory be to God. Myself, his son, the wife, we now started traveling.
Okay, now there is something.
I cannot remember the sequence of the travel, but I know we went to. No, the listing. We went to. Yes, from Abuja we went to Enugu together. We went to Calabar together to see that her friend that booked ticket for her, Auntie Ogadima. We went to Owerri together. We attended Rita Domini's wedding together, which he introduced me to so many people as his daughter, and the wife was introducing me to so many people as her child. We were traveling together. After all those travel, we now later came back to Lagos. When we came back to Lagos, we didn't go to the house directly because the wife said the house was not in a good condition. Water was already entering the house. She said the house was so messed. So we all went to lodge in a hotel. Went to lodge in a hotel. In that hotel, Daddy and his wife were lodged. I was lodged separately. Separately. After staying in that hotel for a particular period of time, I think for a week, then we now went to the house. Now, when we went to the house, around that period, Daddy was still, he just barely recovered. He was still trying to get back to his feet. While we were leaving, I think Energy Johnson and Ballard, his group, yes, but Johnson, Ballard and Labista, their group, in that particular thing they were doing that time. I think it was something related to politics. I wasn't really well informed about whatever they were doing, but they supported him with some.
Never say bad wife. Mona will list the first
now. They should hand over the money to her. We did this, so she was the one in charge of the money they gave to him. After that, we went to, from the hotel, we went to his house. So when we go to the house, I told them I wanted to. Then I just came back to Nigeria.
They talk to you, you said to read too long.
Connected to my own mom. I haven't even visited my mom. My mom was in Lagos. She was calling me. I told her the situation of things when I came because she knows him very well. And they thought my mom is also from Enugu. They are from a very close place. So she knows him very well. She knows him for years. In fact, they are very close. So my mom was also communicating. My mom said, okay, be patient. When it's fine, you can come back. So for that period of time, my parents, my family are there. They were doing fine. They were communicating with me. And I had just recently got married. I had just recently got married to the guy I met on TikTok, the American guy. I'll be talking about his story in another video. That's another, because when everything happened, I never ever said anything about anything. But now people are pushing me to talk. I've been quiet and people are pushing me to talk. They want me to really talk. I'm the kind of person that when things happen, I like things to be where they are. I like to move on from things. But this situation, I don't see myself moving on from it until I talk about it. Okay. And by talking about it, I mean telling my story exactly the way it is. And if I see anything on this video, anybody thinks that what I'm saying is a lie, I have proof of everything I'm going to say in this video. I have proof of them, either in video forms, either in picture forms, screenshot, chat. I have proof. I'm someone that is very detailed in whatever I do in life. So I have proof of whatever I'm going to be saying in this video. So around that period while we were in the house, my then husband, who is now my ex-husband, said he wanted to come to Nigeria, and that would have been like the first time he is coming to Nigeria. I said, okay. I had to go and rent house then. So I went to rent a house in Lagos. I took a 5-bedroom flat in Lekki. Before I left Cyprus, most people that knew me in Cyprus knew that I had a logistic business working for me, 247 logistic, yes. I had a logistic business working for me. I had things working for me very fine, and I was doing very okay, and I was very comfortable, very, very comfortable. The logistic business I was doing, I was making over 3 million naira weekly. So I was making a whole lot of money from that logistic. I was the only one doing the business I was doing in Cyprus. As of the time I left Cyprus, nobody else was doing that business. So when I came, I was okay. I was fully loaded.
She leave all this business.
Then,
so
after staying with Daddy in the house for a period of time, when Daddy was recuperating, him and his wife started having issues. The son was there. The son can attest to it. Even the children, the younger children, they can attest to it.
When I hear person wey dey shout for here now, na Mr Ibu, you understand? The time when they shout for his wife, just me come dey record the quarrel. Na the part of the quarrel na he play, so because they get proof and details. But according to her, for the write-up, she no use her mouth take talk am. She say na the wife na he tell am say make he record Mr Ibu for where he for dey shout for am as evidence in case of Ike-City. So he say na make am record am. Na she talk am, baby no dey my happy to. Na wetin she write put for there. Na wetin she talk. So that's why she records their quarrel when she play now. Okay.
So the money was not coming forth because when she was in that marriage, she was not working. So the only source of income in that marriage was Daddy. And at the point that Daddy was not able to financially sustain the marriage, that's when the issues started coming up. So when I was there, the few issues that I know occurred in my presence, the few issues that I can. So I have proof of whatever I'm going to be saying in this video. So around that period while we were in the house, my then husband, who is now my ex-husband, said he wanted to come to Nigeria, and that would have been like the first time he is coming to Nigeria. I said, okay. I had to go and rent house then. So I went to rent a house in Lagos. I took a 5-bedroom flat in Lekki. Before I left Cyprus, most people that knew me in Cyprus knew that I had a logistic business working for me, 247 logistic, yes. I had a logistic business working for me. I had things working for me very fine, and I was doing very okay, and I was very comfortable, very, very comfortable. The logistic business I was doing, I was making over 3 million naira weekly. So I was making a whole lot of money from that logistic. I was the only one doing the business I was doing in Cyprus. As of the time I left Cyprus, nobody else was doing that business. So when I came, I was okay. I was fully loaded. Then, after staying with Daddy in the house for a period of time, when Daddy was recuperating, him and his wife started having issues. The son was there. The son can attest to it. Even the children, the younger children, they can attest to it.
Now the right of this.
They were always constantly having issues, and the issues they were having was not far-fetched from money issues. The fact that she would want to do something and she'll come and ask Daddy for money, knowing fully well that he's not working and there is no other source of income. Daddy will start complaining, okay, I'm not working. Where do you want this money to come from? And as far as I know, from what both of them told me, from what Daddy told me and from what she told me, they were married for years, and that marriage was very okay until Daddy started encountering money issues. When he wasn't getting jobs in his career, the acting team was not paying him. He wasn't getting jobs. He wasn't getting endorsements. So he was just there. So the money was not coming forth because when she was in that marriage, she was not working. So the only source of income in that marriage was daddy. And at the point that daddy was not able to financially sustain the marriage, that's when the issues started coming up. So while I was there, the few issues that I know occurred in my presence, the few issues that I can say, I can attest to that happened in my presence were mostly the issues of money. When she would say, okay, I need money for this, I need money for that. At some point, daddy was even telling her that the school fees they were paying for the kids were too expensive, that they should actually change the school for the children so that he can pay in some way that he can afford. You know, those were the kind of issues that were bringing problem that time. And the problem the problem I'm talking about is not just that they were always quarreling in the loudest of their voice. I've never witnessed daddy hitting her or witnessed her beating daddy, but they were always fighting at the top of their voice. That daddy would at some point he would start complaining, oh my heart, my chest, and all of those things. He would start complaining as if those things were actually affecting him directly. So then, aside from that job I did in Cyprus, I was doing TikTok. Even when I traveled to Gambia and some other African countries, I was doing TikTok. And then people that knows what TikTok is all about knows that TikTok is one social media platform that pays very well if you're very creative and you know what you're doing. If you go on TikTok, like you have a lot of people gifting you and all of that. So I started telling her, I said, okay, now that daddy is not working, this TikTok thing, I showed her how I was making my income and all of that. I said, this TikTok thing might actually be something that would work for you people. She said, okay, she's very interested, that I should create an account for her. I should teach her how she can do the TikTok thing, which I did. I politely did. I opened the TikTok account for her. I even went as far as growing her TikTok account to 114,000 followers that it is today. I was doing content for her. Even while we were in Abuja, I was doing content for her. I was shooting the videos. Everything on that TikTok platform till it grew to that amount of follower it has was all my doings. Then later on, I started doing daddy TikTok. She said I should also help daddy, bring daddy back to social media, that people don't know that daddy has gone out of the limelight. Maybe he can start having job. That is how I started creating content with daddy, bringing him back to the limelight so that he can at least afford the least school fees. And as I speak, I know there are so many people in the industry that can attest to the fact that I was not the only one that he was calling and asking for finance. Because when I came, I heard a lot of stuff. A lot of people were telling me that he was asking for finance for as many people as possible. Everybody knew that the time I came back to Nigeria, that he was at his lowest. He was at his lowest. He was asking for the least 2,000 naira from anybody that cared to sustain his family. He was asking for the least 1,000 naira. He was asking for money from anybody, be it a stranger, anybody. So a lot of people knew that I was not the only person that knows that daddy was at his lowest when I came back to Nigeria, that daddy wasn't doing fine at all financially. So that was how I was able to set up the TikTok thing for both her and daddy. And when I came back, daddy's Instagram account was hacked. His account was hacked. He was not active on Instagram. In fact, his account was hacked while he was in a hospital. And we later find out who hacked his account. It's also somebody in the Nollywood. I don't want to mention name because the case was taken to...
You see wicked people.
The case was taken to Aja police station. I was the one that found out because I was chatting the account and then the person was chatting me. He sent details to send money. I later found out who the person was. I was the one that reported the case to Aja police station, paid for the investigation to go on. And when the investigation went on, they tracked the person and they brought the person to Aja police station for me to recover that account. There's this girl called Jenna on Instagram. So I paid Jenna 500,000 on Instagram to help recover daddy's account. Now they recovered daddy's account, Instagram account. After they recovered the Instagram account, which before I paid that money, I told the wife, I said, okay, see, how are we going to raise the money? She was like, let's forget about the account, that it's something we can always do, that money is not important to pay that kind of money. And I can remember that day I called my immediate younger brother. I said, please, can you loan me 500,000? The next day I'll be able to send it to you. Let me just quickly solve this problem. I said, okay. So I spoke to daddy. I said, we need to find a way for your wife to come so that she can actually take care of you. Let me just quickly solve this problem. And he did. She was there when the money came and everything, and we solved that problem. And when the guy was arrested, he later compensated daddy with I think 1 point something million naira. Yes, and that money was given to him and not me. And I didn't bother. So subsequently, while I was doing my TikTok thing, I was also sustaining the family. Most of the
that time
things
when
they
they
buy in the
use
house, most of the things they use in
Mr.
the house, I
Ibu,
was
they
sustaining
do
them from that money.
a show
Then
on social
daddy
media.
later joined in the TikTok stuff. The
He
money
was
that was
supporting the
making from the
family.
daddy's TikTok that he was doing, most of it was going to the wife. Some of it was going to daddy. They were solving their family problems. She cannot say she did not use TikTok money to pay school fees at some point. With TikTok, I was doing with daddy. She has never for one day come and show that face on that TikTok. I was the one running the TikTok account with daddy. She cannot say she has not used the money from TikTok to put food on their table. She cannot say they did not use money from the TikTok money to do things that would benefit their family. While I was running her TikTok account, I was running daddy's TikTok account, and I was running my account. At some point, I was choked. I had to hand over her own TikTok account to her and tell her, okay, this is how to go about it. Let me focus on myself and focus on daddy. She now said, okay, but sometimes try to carry me along. I said, okay, no problem. I'll be carrying you along. Like when we're doing starting videos, you join us. You go to the page, you see even on daddy's page, some video is 3 of us, some video is just me and daddy, and some video is me and her. So things were going quite smooth. There was no reason for malice. There was no confusion anywhere. In fact, at some point, I was more closer to her than I was with daddy. Because there are certain conversations that I and her have that I have with her that I cannot have with daddy. So while the issue between herself and daddy was going on, at some point she started bringing up issue of daddy selling his property, some of his property he had, so that they can be able to fit some bills, as they were not meeting up with bills. So at that point, daddy was I don't know, for some reason he was unwilling to sell property. Maybe he was hoping that a job will come along, something somewhere that things will work out eventually. And also when we came back, daddy complained about the cars he left in the house, that all the cars were sold and none of them were remitted to him. In fact, that was the first issue they had in the house then. He was asking about the cars, what happened to all the cars, that all the cars were sold and none of the money, he made it quite an issue, that none of the money was remitted to him. That I cannot say much about, because she's the only one that knows what happened to the car. I'm only making reference to it because even in Daddy Free's life, the first time she called me out, the first time anybody in this life ever called me out, was that she was the first person that ever called me out in this life. I've never had to have issue with anybody on social space. So the first time anything like that happened was when she came out and said, oh, this is, I'll trace it back. That's why I'm starting this whole story from the beginning, so that I'll link it up to how we got to this place. Daddy came out and also made reference to that, his cars that were missing on Daddy Free's life. So I'm sure it's something that some people, if you watch the video, you'll be familiar with. So fast forward to where we were in the house and they were having their issues. And then my ex-husband said he wanted to visit Nigeria. I said, okay, fine. So fast forward to when I rented my house, and I moved into my house with my family were in the house. My husband later came and joined us in the house. So after I moved, when my ex-husband came, he wanted to see daddy. Around that period, as soon as I left the house, it wasn't long after I left the house, one day she called me, she was crying on the phone that daddy said he wants to leave again, that she's so scared because the last time he left for about over 2 years, and now he wants to leave again, that he doesn't want to stay in the house, that he's probably running away from responsibility and all that. And daddy that I know as of that time, he was also complaining that he's financially not okay, that staying in that house doing nothing does not suit him. So he was trying to, like he said, he wanted to go out and see if he can get job outside, maybe in Abuja, go back to Abuja or go somewhere else apart from Lagos, where maybe he can actually get help or something. So daddy later moved out of the house. He went to somewhere in Ibafor. I've never been to that place before until when my ex-husband came and he wanted to see daddy. We drove all the way, myself, my ex-husband, we drove all the way to Ibafor. When we went there, it was a building, and there was one guy, I don't want to mention his name, there was one guy that was there, and he was living with that guy, and there were so many people again in that house. I was wondering why daddy had to leave his house to go and stay in that kind of place, in that place. So daddy said that place was preferable for him to stay. I could remember vividly that the wife was also trying to reach out to the said guy. At certain time, she would say when she reached out to him, he was not responsive well and all of that. They were having some issues and all of that. So daddy was there in Iba for a very long period of time, and that guy was taking care of him in Iba for a very long period of time. So when I came back, when I got to Ibefa, I called her and said, "This is where that is staying. No, that are you not going to do something about it? At least let him come back. That place, I don't think is very comfortable for him." So she said, that if he wants to move her, she cannot stop an adult from going to where he wants to stay. Since his own house is not comfortable for him to stay anymore. According to her, he was running away from responsibility and stuff. People had different view. According to daddy, there was no money and he was trying to go and look for other means of getting money. So, and I said, okay, we are coming back, myself and my ex-husband and everything, we are coming back to Lagos because Ibafo is almost outside the outskirts of Lagos. So she pleaded with me that day. She said, "If can we bring him back?" I said, the way I saw him, I don't think he's willing to come back. In fact, he was saying he's going to stay there for about 3 months and later go to Abuja. That's his plan. That they were working on something. The guy they were working on something, on one program that could likely bring him money. I had faith that whatever it is they were working on will likely bring him money. So I said, okay. So when we came back, I had a conversation with her. I can remember vividly then. That was the first time she pleaded with me. She said, "Look, prior to when I came back, daddy has left the house severally in a very lengthy period of time since he stopped getting jobs, since things stopped working out for him, that most of the time that he's not around, most of the time he's outside. When she contact the people he's with, she's not able to reach out to him. And now that I've rented a house and it's a 5-bedroom duplex in like very close, not very far, because when I was looking for that house, I was with them. So when I went, I was living with them when I went to look for the house. So I didn't look for somewhere that is very far. I looked for a place that is very okay for. It was actually myself and her that went to look for the place. You understand? So we got a place that was very close. So she was pleading with me that, can daddy come and stay with me for a while? That even if it's the TikTok thing that we are doing that is bringing money, let's be doing it. At least she's seeing small money to settle certain bills. If it's that one that is working out, let's do it. At least she'll be able to reach out to him if he's in my place. Other than him being in certain places that she's not able to reach out with him, sometimes she cannot communicate with him. And whenever they communicate, he always end up in a fight. That at least to some certain extent, he listens to me and all that. And I told her that for me, my mother is in the same house, my son is in the same house, my younger brother is in the same house, and my husband, my ex-husband, is actually in the same house at that time.
That they hear
for
now.
daddy to
He say mama did the house, his son did the house, your husband
a very big family. And I told her that I can only allow that in one condition. If his son, his second son, that was also with us in Lagos there, can come and move in with him, so that it will be a situation of a son taking care of a father in my house. It wouldn't completely be my responsibility. So we later had a conversation about it.
This place, it clear for now.
And then we are
that the son will come stay with Mr. Ibu for his house.
She pleaded with me.
When are they listening? No,
any of these things I'm saying,
listen, finish.
You guys feel
after the everything, I will come back to my own opinion. Me, I not jump, me, I not vex. After the whole sentence done, I will come back to my opinion. Me, I not jump. Sure, I don't listen to this particular place. That when this lady go visit Mr. Ibu from her remote place for outskirts of Lagos, and her husband, when she married, come that time, come from America, come for visit, that she come rent house for Lekki, that e dey close to Mr. Ibu house, the place where they rent, because she dey stay with them. Then when the man take her, salesman take say they come go rent house, the mama come dey stay with her and her own son. Then the husband dey come from America. Then they come go visit Mr. Ibu for the outskirts of Lagos for there. That the wife come dey beg say make this lady, since Mr. Ibu no wan come back home, that he no wan make e dey outside again, because anytime when they listen to wetin somebody dey talk, it's not that I'm supporting the wife who are not there, but when they listen in everything, they pick sense from inside. That the wife say anytime when Mr. Ibu not take get money, when not dey see money bring come house, when e be say e no get contract for anything, money not dey come from nowhere, that Mr. Ibu not dey happy, he not dey like to stay house. that they like to comot. You understand? So whether na the woman no dey give am peace or if he say he don fail as a father na make her no wan come house come dey see the children dey drink garri, e no dey happy, maybe na all those reasons, you understand? Then the wife come beg Jasmine now say abeg, since you don rent house and you dey here and we dey do TikTok social media matter, money still dey come from there small small, make you try to carry baba come now, so that he go come dey stay with you. We go still dey do TikTok, we near, we not far from each other, we fit still dey do this TikTok, money go dey come wey we fit dey take care of the family, that the man no like to come out because he no get money, maybe through that means the man will come back home. The woman no mean bad for that thing wey he talk, but Jasmine come dey talk say, but since the man don't want come my own house, make come dey stay with Jasmine. Then Jasmine come tell Mr. Obi wife say on one condition, that the second son wey dem talk say Jasmine marry, so say he must follow him papa come dey stay the house, so that he go dey take care of him papa. Una dey lis ten to the story now, dem una lis ten to wetin come happen, then we will come back to the rest of the story.
The same house, my younger brother is the same house, and my husband, my ex-husband, is actually coming. Is actually in the same house at that time. That for daddy to come and stay with us in that house, it's going to be like a very big family. And I told her that I can only allow that in one condition: if his son, his second son, that was also with us in Lagos, there, can come and move in with him, so that it will be a situation of a son taking care of a father in my house. It wouldn't completely be my responsibility. So we later had a conversation about it, myself, the second son, and her, and then we agreed. We said, okay, daddy will come and stay with me, after she pleaded with me. And if any of these things I'm saying, if you guys feel it's lies, I'm going to put evidences out here. So daddy finally moved in with me. When daddy moved in initially, she used to come to the house. In fact, not initially, she was coming to the house at all time. She will come. When she comes, when she wants to go, she will take food stuff and all that things and take back to the house. I never complained. I was treating her like my mom. Even my mom would sometimes say, I'm treating this woman more than I'm treating her. Her friend would attest to it. Her friends always say that I have so much respect for her. The kind of respect I have for her, they've never seen anybody that respected her like that. You know, I used to call her mommy. I don't even call her by her name. Most people my age call her by her name. What they call her is Stella. I call her mommy. You know, and she introduced me to all her friends, telling her friend that I'm a daughter to her. It's one of her friends that has salon very close to my house. She told her friend that I'm a daughter. In fact, when this whole issue happened, the friend called me and she said she's surprised that this same person that was telling me that you've done this for her, you've done it. What happened? How did things went this bad? How did things escalate like this? What really happened? You know, when I said I was closer to her than I was with daddy, most time when she wants to do something, she'll come and meet me and tell me to tell daddy. Like when she started talking about daddy selling property, she went to meet daddy several and told him about selling property. Daddy quite didn't sit well with it. She had to come to me and say, please help me talk to him. He listens to you. Talk to him in the way you understand. Because if I'm talking to him, he will think, oh, I'm doing this because I want to use the money for my selfish reason. Let him see reasons that he needs to sell this property so that they can take care of the kids and everything. And I went to daddy, I quite cried for him. I said, please, look at the situation the family is right now. The reason people own properties so that when things are bad for them, they can be able to sell the property and settle some of their issues, you know. At one point, okay, fast forward to when daddy started living in the house, she was coming, she will come and go and all that. Fast forward to when she now said he should sell the property, one plot of land. Now, this is when the matter became tricky. So when daddy moved in, not so long, she said she started pleading that daddy should sell a plot of land. I still have some of the communication on WhatsApp and everything when she was even sending me screenshot of a copy of where the land is and everything. And that land, somebody was in charge of the land, you know. So daddy sold that land, you know. When daddy sold that land, they both agreed on a certain amount of money. I think that land was sold for about 3 million naira. She said she wanted daddy to give her 1.5 million naira or 2 million naira. Daddy said what he was able to give her around that period was 700,000. So she kept insisting that out of the 3 million naira he should, okay, The money that even came was not up to 303 million naira because the person that sold the land took his own percentage of about 200,000 naira. So the money that came was about 2 point something million. And she said out of that 2 point something million, she wanted her to give her about 2 million plus. I know why I'm talking in details because I want you guys to really understand certain things, you know. So when Daddy now finally accepted to give her 700,000, she called me again. Say, Jasmine, please talk to him now. Talk to him. And I don't know how she calls him, how she addresses him is this man. That is what she, if you check all our chat, is this man, this man. In our message, in our conversation, mostly how she addressing is talk to this man now and talk to this man. At least let him let's use this money for something useful and all of that, you know. So Daddy now said, okay, he was going to give 700,000. At some point, I was like, okay, Daddy, let's be reasonable at least. Let's at least clear the children's school fees, add it to whatever that is coming up from TikTok, clear the children's school fees and all that. So I can't remember per se how much Daddy said sent that period, but I'm sure it was either 1 million or 1 million plus. After Daddy now sent that money to her, the next day, she started calling that she wanted 12,000. After that, he had sent over a million naira or a million naira to her, that she wanted 12,000. She called him that he was lambasting her on the phone, that she wanted me to go and talk to him again. And I said, Mommy, this one, I will not involve myself. The house is not far. You can either take, of course, she has a car then. I said, you can either take a car and come to the house and convince him yourself to send you the 12,000 because I know what it was for me to even talk about making that 700,000, 1 million now. Now for me to go back and ask him for 12,000, just a day later, I cannot do it. So she got pissed. She started calling me. At some point, I said, okay, let me go and talk to Daddy. I went to talk to Daddy. Daddy said, that even this money he's keeping, he's not going to spend it. There's also keeping it for food and everything if they need anything. Because while he was in my house, he's feeding his hospitals because after he came from hospital, of course, we're still buying hospitals to regulate his heart and everything. So the medications he was taking for his heart from the hospital actually, what's the name of this hospital? Living Heart Hospital is there. Go and make inquiries. I was always going to that hospital, Living Heart Hospital, to make sure that he was okay. I was always buying his drugs every 2 weeks. You can go there and make inquiries. The receipts are there in that hospital. While he was in my house, all the medicine they wrote for him to be taken from that previous hospital, I make sure he never missed any of his drug for 1 day.
Okay.
So he said, the money that was remaining, that he was actually going to give it to her, but at least she should give it some time. That he just gave her 1 million. You know, that's their issue. So she started calling me. I told her that, I've tried to talk to Daddy about sending you extra 12,000. The same thing he told you, the same thing he told me that he's unwilling. She called the son. The son tried to talk to Daddy, and Daddy was still unwilling to send her 12,000 naira. That how can he send 1 million today? Just yesterday that she's asking for 12,000 naira. The next thing, there's this other girl. I don't want to give her cheap publicity. There's this audition he was taking for his heart from the hospital. The hospital actually, what's the name of this hospital? Living Heart Hospital is there. Go and make inquiries. I was always going to that hospital, Living Heart Hospital, to make sure that he was okay. I was always buying his drugs every 2 weeks. You can go there and make inquiries. The receipts are there in that hospital. While he was in my house, all the medicine they wrote for him to be taken from that previous hospital, I make sure he never missed any of his drug for 1 day. So he said, the money that was remaining, that he was actually going to give it to her, but at least she should give it some time. That he just gave her 1 million. You know, that's their issue. So she started calling me. I told her that, I've tried to talk to Daddy about sending you extra 12,000. The same thing he told you, the same thing he told me that he's unwilling. She called the son. The son tried to talk to Daddy, and Daddy was still unwilling to send her 12,000 naira. That how can he send 1 million today? Just yesterday that she's asking for 12,000 naira. The next thing, there's this other girl. I don't want to give her cheap publicity. There's this other girl that, in fact, let me not just give her any publicity at all. There's this other girl, she went on Daddy's Instagram. She started insulting me on Daddy's Instagram, threatening my life and saying all sorts of things. And this was the same girl Daddy's wife was warning me about, telling me, oh, this girl, this is what she has done in the past and all of that. She has had, in fact, she said a lot of things that the girl has done with Daddy in the past, that I should be careful and all of that. And that period of time, that girl was coming to my house. She would come to my house, she would eat. Even while I was doing TikTok live with me, she would join me and do the TikTok live and all of that, So this said girl, I don't know what she went to discuss with daddy's wife, and whatever they discussed, she came on. The next thing, she was threatening my life on Instagram, telling me that I know, thank God I know who she is, blah blah blah, that I should watch my back and stuff. I took the screenshot of the chat. I said, daddy, this is what this girl is writing on Instagram. What is going on? The last I remember was your wife asking me for 12,000 from the money, asking me to convince you, because I was not the one sending the money. I was never in charge of daddy's account. I was never in any way in charge of his account. His money was his money. It was never my money. Okay. Rather, I was the one sponsoring most of the things that were the expenses. You know, mostly from the money I make from TikTok, from the money I make from my TikTok, from his TikTok, and also from the money I saved from my business in Cyprus. So while this was going on, the wife now started calling me. She was quite pissed, that I didn't do what she asked me to do, and blah 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 blah. The next thing I saw was she was crying on social media that my husband is somewhere. Whether she said they kidnapped him or my husband is somewhere with his girlfriend, blah 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 blah. I'm like, what? I don't know where my husband is. I haven't seen my husband for months. I've not heard from my husband.
Forgive me. I ran away from him. He came from his girlfriend's house to come and beat me. To come and give me, he removed his wristwatch to come and beat me. And I push him out and run away. Look at where I am. Everywhere dog crack. Everywhere water. Inside house water. Everywhere. Look at the car I'm driving. Everything. Nothing. My children know they eat. Everywhere scatter. No school fees. And you're telling me to do what? Oh God. Oh, not today.
I'm like, what is not this one I came to my house barely 3 days ago?
They give her 1.something million because they do that video.
That my husband is with his side chick. At what point exactly did you know that I'm your husband's side chick? Because you were in my house just barely 3 days ago.
And they gave her 1.something million.
Did you find out that I was his side chick? Because let me throw this question now. Is there any Nigerian wife here that you know that somebody is your husband's side chick, or you'll be comfortable coming to their house, eating their food, rolling with them, calling them daughter? That means you actually do not love your husband in the first place now. If you are comfortable with running all these kind of activities with the so-called side chick. And I have a lot of videos of me and her. I have a lot of videos of me and her in hotel. I have a lot of videos of me and her going, even on my birthday, we celebrated my birthday in so many places, shopping together, doing things together. We were that close. So all of a sudden, we're talking about sending 12,000 and not sending 12,000. All of a sudden, she was the first person in my life that has ever defend me, defend my person, or defend my character, or call me out. Before then, nobody has ever called me out. Nobody has ever said anything ill about me. I've never had any fracas with anybody. So I took the conversation, the threat messages on Instagram from this said girl, and I went to Aja police station to make a report. When I went to Aja police station, they saw all the screenshot and they say, oh, this is cyberbullying and threat of life. So they invited the girl to come to the station and make a report, and so that she can give her own account as to why she was threatening my life. They came, the police people went to, at the time when they wanted to arrest her, she was in daddy's house, that's Mr. Obi's house, that's where she was. She was at that house with the wife, they were sitting and discussing. So when they came, they said, okay, they wanted to arrest so person. Nobody even invited her, being the wife, to the police station. No. They told the girl, this is the reason why we're coming here to arrest you and all of that. And she stood up. She said if they're taking the girl anywhere, she will go. That she will go anywhere they're taking the girl, that she's going to go alongside with the girl. The police people now said, okay, your mother, welcome. So when they went to the station, and all of us were there, they were narrating everything. Daddy narrate the then DPO, if the then DPO can attest to most of these things that I'm about to say now. It was there that he told them, he said, okay, this is the person that I have been with for the past almost a year. That he told them about the issue he was having, the issue he was having with his wife, the issue he has been having, and why he left the house and all of that, and that I haven't wronged him in any way. In fact, that he's surprised that his wife is dragging me. He told them how I've been of help to the family, how even the wife came to the house barely a few days ago to take food and all of that. So later, the said girl came and was begging me when she saw that I wanted to charge the case to court and all of that. She was begging, they were pleading. She even said she wanted to do a video. She said she wanted to do a video in Aja police station and apologize to me. The next thing, she was supplying some information to Gislover. She will say this in the police station. She will go to Gislover and supply another information. She will tell Gislover,
no, that one, may I quit out that one, may I not forget. That one that she was supplying some information to Gislover. The same thing, you were supplying some information to Very Dark Man. Because internet never forgets. Gislover, they bring you home. Very Dark Man, they bring you home. So you just talk everything once, okay? Because we know that when internet not they
from
forget.
my own heart, from my goodwill, I was just doing my thing. I wasn't expecting much. It wasn't like there was a pattern I was following. I wasn't following any pattern. It's not like I studied this in school. I was just doing my thing from the depths of my heart, from the genuineness of my heart, and things were coming along, you know.
Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Don't waka come out for information.
Let me just quickly solve this problem. He did. She was there. And if any of these things I'm saying, if you guys feel it's lies, I'm going to put evidences out here. So Daddy finally moved in our conversation. Mostly I should address him. Talk to this man and talk to this man. At least let him, okay, I was going to help you, find a way you're going to grow your page. I'll give you some tips. And I was actually giving her some tips on how to build her page.
I'm sorry, we lost that part. You get the part
he was having with his wife. The issue he has been having and why he left the house and all of that, and that I haven't wronged him in any way. In fact, that he's surprised that his wife is dragging me. He told them how I've been of help to the family, how even the wife came to the house barely a few days ago to take food and all of that. So later, the said girl came and was begging me when she saw that I wanted to charge the case to court and all of that. She was begging, they were pleading. She even said she wanted to do a video. She said she wanted to do a video in Aja police station and apologize to me. The next thing, she was supplying some information to Gislover. She will say this in the police station. She will go to Gislover and supply another information. She will tell Gislover, oh, the family have settled. And this is the same girl that came to meet me that her Instagram account is not growing. That she wanted me to help her grow her account. That she has been with Daddy for a very long time. A lot of people knows that with Daddy, she has been with Daddy for a very long time. That our social media platforms are not growing. That she doesn't know how I do it. That me, within a very short time, I just blew. A lot of people know me on social media and stuff. And I told her that, excuse me, I was just doing my thing from my own heart, from my goodwill. I was just doing my thing. I wasn't expecting much. It wasn't like there was a pattern I was following. I wasn't following any pattern. It's not like I studied this in school. I was just doing my thing from the depths of my heart, from the genuineness of my heart, and things were coming along. I told her, okay, I was going to help you, find a way you're going to grow your page. I'll give you some tips. And I was actually giving her some tips on how to build her page. So as far as I know, this was a pure case of envy and jealousy. A case of envy and jealousy. From that point where they dragged me on social media from the first time, then they claimed that they've apologized. Later, she went on Gislover. She sent a whole different things were happening in the police station. Different things were being carried on Gislover. She say, Mr. Obi has come back to the family. Him and the wife has confirmed. And the Jasmine girl has said, what happened? That same day, after Gislover dragged me, after I was dragged on social media, after the wife paraded me on social media as a terrible person, after the whole reconciliation, where did the man sleep? Where did Mr. Obi sleep? He still came back to sleep in my house. He still came back to sleep in my house. After the whole thing, the wife came out on social media and said, I have accepted Jasmine as my adopted daughter. I have not accepted that. You were the one that started telling people that I was your daughter. You were the one that started parading me as your daughter. You were telling all of your friends that I'm your daughter, that I've been like a daughter to you, that I've been of help to you. You were the one parading me like that. Then you came and say you've accepted me as your daughter, you've accepted me as a social media manager and what's not. I didn't quite say anything. After much, we did that interview at the first place because that first time I had all the proofs, thank God. Both the money I was sending to her, I showed everything on Daddy Free's life. Both the land they just sold, the land they sold, everything. Whatever happened that period was just a case of jealousy I don't know where that jealousy emitted from, because you cannot jealous somebody that you are benefiting from. You cannot envy someone that you're benefiting from. You know that you are benefiting directly from this person. If I'm a terrible person as the whole world is painting me to be, will I open a TikTok account for that woman and grow the account? Will I in any way contribute to her paying her children's school fees? Will I be spending my time, let me not call it a waste of time, going live with daddy, generating money and still remitting that money to her and daddy? I don't even want to go back and look at the sacrifices I've made for this family.
Okay.
A lot of people are saying this girl is using Mr. Ibu. She's using, how am I using Mr. Ibu?
Okay, now they hear.
How am I using daddy? I want to know. How can you be using someone that is benefiting directly from you?
They say now in the
A lot of people are saying he's a sugar daddy. Look at me very well.
Okay.
At my age, if I want to go and have a sugar daddy, I will look for one that is doing very well, financially okay, that can actually provide for me, not somebody that directly is benefiting from me.
Now they hear. Mr.
I'm not saying this to bring anybody down. I'm saying this just exactly the way it is. This is someone that when I came back, daddy could not boast of 5,000 naira of his own. And the people directly around him, they know that. So this AGM president is fully aware of what I'm saying right now, because I was there so many times when daddy would call him, being the AGM president and asking for money. The AGM president will send 5,000, 50,000, 20,000, so many times. He knows. They all know. Most of them in the industry knew that around the period I came back, daddy was not doing fine. They know. They know the story. They cannot see. They don't know the story. They know. He was at his lowest when I came back. So I want to make sure that of all the people in Nigeria, I don't go to people that will help my life, people that will help me be a better person somehow, people that will provide for me financially. I'm doing sugar daddy with someone that was benefiting directly from me financially. So fast forward to all these things that happened. I was dragged on social media. By the grace of God, I had the opportunity to come and clear myself on that influence life and everything. After everything happened, people were warning me, stay away from this woman. Someone that can go this far to bring you down. This person does not want your progress. Stay away from her. Me, if anybody that knows me, know me, Jasmine, I'm not someone that carry things to heart. Anybody that knows, ask anybody that has ever had direct contact with me. I can boldly say financially, daddy might not have helped me financially, but from doing what I was doing from the depth of my heart, just from trying to support him from the depth of my heart, people came to love me through his platform. I was also able to build my platform. I was able to build a fan base from the fan base of people that love him. If I wasn't doing, I did not just sit back and started having followers. No. I was not just sleeping and started having followers. I wasn't even looking for that fame at the time it came. I was just doing my thing, being that person that was trying to resurface him back to the internet.
That time, people still say you be real daughter.
When I came back, nobody was talking about daddy now. Nobody was talking about Mr. Ibu on social media. Nobody. He has built his name legendary. Yes, I acknowledge that. But at that time, he was not that hot. People were not looking out for him. It was when I came back, I brought him back to the limelight. I recovered everything that was lost. Brother Shaggy reached out to him. Brother Shaggy actually reached out to me directly. I was the one that made that skit happen, and that money was paid to his wife. That money was paid to his wife. I cannot count how many people that did skits with daddy, and the money was sent to his wife directly. Daddy will not even take 1 naira from the money. He will send it to his wife. It was in a bid to bring daddy back to the limelight that God showed me favor.
Okay.
It was in a bid to bring him back to the limelight that God showed me mercy. And people started to love me.
For that part.
But some people did not sit well with it. Some people did not like the fact that I was going fast. They were talking about it. Even look at the voice audio that they posted. They say I was having an affair with daddy. The woman on the voice audio, what was she talking about? And Jasmine, who is Jasmine? That Jasmine is claiming she's your daughter. She just got fame overnight. She's making no money overnight. Look at their pain. Daddy. After your wife begged me that I should stay at my place, now I'm hearing some kind of news that my ear cannot even carry. That I'm having an affair with you and I'm having an affair with Biggie.
People of the world, how can it be possible? My own daughter, how can it be possible? Whoever brought this topic forward will take punishment.
that you've had affair with me, that was your girlfriend before, you now adopted me as your daughter. I'm like, what kind of talk is this? Eh?
People that say it, I think they'll continue with gossip. And when the time of results, for those people that gossips, they will still receive their own results.
When did that kind of thing happen? Ever? When did that kind of thing happen?
It's not possible. It's not possible.
Look at their disturbance. Look at what is giving them sleepless nights. The fact that that fan base, if it was up to them to take it down, they would have taken it down a very long time ago. But let me not deviate from the issue he was taking for his.
My people, this story never finish, because now where she end up with this, she need to continue, because wetin people want, they never hear am. Wetin they drag her put for social media, she never even go touch that area. Maybe she wan gather herself before she will come do the video, or maybe she don't do am and never start, because na her page I did this thing. Nothing like that. Now here the video for ends. So the video never finish. She need to come out to come explain. My people, the little talk where I shook my mouth put for this matter be say, she dey talk say now she pay all the bills, now she pay all the money, but people contributed. I'm not talking about that contribute where the very dark man call out people to contribute to. No, the first one when she made that first video, people contributed. Even Kate Henshaw talk am say Nollywood people, they contributed and other people contributed, but she dey talk am now say na she dey spend the money. Whether those people when they say they contribute that time, whether they not contribute, I not really know, because she dey talk say wetin she wan get take Mr Ibu as sugar daddy for, wey be say na she na dey spend, that Mr Ibu not get nothing, na she dey spend. And they accuse her of say she married the second son. Whether na big that they call her, I don't know the name, I not go call another person name, but now the second son. They accuse her. She not still come and come clear that place, say she married to the second son, or she not marry, or they secretly do marriage, or they not do, or how much be the money, because they say they run with 80 million naira that they remove from Mr. Ibu account. Now so the wife talk 80 million naira that they say they remove from Mr. Ibu account. She never ever talk that part. So we will wait. Maybe she'll come explain all those parts. How much be all the money? Boy, from the beginning to the end, when they first donate, how she take spend that, or what it can remain? She need to come explain that. Apart from the money aspect, you really want to marry Mr. Ibu's second son? Now they plan to run away with Mr. Ibu contributed money. You come explain that part so that it go clear. So my people, this matter don't long. I don't want to push her too much, because maybe she go do another video. We'll come talk the rest. I know that una think, una drop an opinion. That day, una opinion is very, very important. For nothing. Can you see that this is one of the... Yes! Actually, Brother Kisley, you are very right. Because them, very dark man, I'm sorry to say, contributed to the power where Jasmine gets. Why I say so? Because very dark man not let Mr. Ibu's wife talk. Because he tell us if he may pay, if he yet kind, he go come out for her. So the woman still try to still talk. If not, we for not even know say the money when Mr. Ibu get even big rich like that, not to talk about say they carry 80 million run comot, as they allege talk say police people don't control the account, that 80 million just vanish for the account, that na Jasmine and Mr. Ibu's second son that they want her. So I dey expect her to come explain all those parts. Maybe she want take her time to continue for where she stopped, because she said she want to narrate all the story from the beginning. So the thing really long. Now she say this video don't long, so if she can't add to it, it go dey too long. Maybe she go do the other part, then we can talk about her. Now waiting me they see be that. She said that people were helping him even to pay for his bill. She said people. She said she was the one doing it. For the beginning, she said people contributed when those Mr. Ben come and the rest, they help for the hospital bill. But she said when Mr. Ibu come there for his house, now she can take care of Mr. Ibu through the TikTok video when they do and all that. But no, that will not be the issue now. I know say she try for wetin she don talk, because she say she leave her business from Cyprus, where she dey get about 3 million every week. She leave 3 million naira every week, come stay with Mr. Ibu. They take care of Mr. Ibu. That one a big sacrifice. So more na wait make she finish her story before we conclude. We will never conclude yet. Okay, so I go start that for my next video. When I drop an opinion down, the opinion dey very, very important. But one thing I know for this life is say, as a man, you know say you the kind work wey you dey do, you know collect pension. You know say the kind work wey you dey do, the work no dey steady, no dey standby. As the work just dey come like this, they plan for ground, as they invest on so many things wey be say the thing go dey give you money on daily basis. Because wetin I notice for Mr. Ibu, he get money at that time, but he no invest on something wey go dey give am money every day. That's why be say when he go still get, he go get. When he go broke, he go broke. And another thing again, if you know say you still be that kind of person, your wife, try to teach your wife how to do business. Even though say na petty business, even though say na small kiosk, na she get, it go still help the family. Because money wey they take, when they know they put, it they finish. Imagine that they talk say they give the woman 1 million, they give her 2 million. All this money, it don't reach person to take start business. So they open small kiosks, they do small petty business. They take from there till they feed the children. When the rainy days go come, hungry not go beat una too much. Today 2 million. Before you know it, the apple 2 million don't vanish like willy. Tomorrow 1 point something, the other day 500,000. That's how the money go they vanish. Because when they put, they know they come out, they know they put, the money they finish now. So I believe say Mr. Ibu's wife, she not still try for that part, or she not so advise her, or Mr. Ibu, nobody even still talk to each other. So okay, you go, I never even hear when they talk say open small petty business. Mr. Ibu's wife not fit sell business, not fit do business. Nobody big pass business. So small kiosks, they put small thing they sell. From there you go they see they get small budget when you say they take care of your children. Not be say they'll give you 2 million, you just tie 2 million put for us. You'll go market today, go market tomorrow, spend that today. Now 2 million don't finish. There are so many people in that Nigeria there. Not be, I'm not telling one story of one woman, 10,000 naira. Now the woman take start business. 10,000 naira when me give her, I dash her personally. She use and start business. She can't even open a freezer. Come they tell me, see what she buy. She dey happy with the 10,000. Now I bring the woman come out for social media. Man, I see this woman. Now 10,000 naira I give her. See the way they happy. But you'll give your family 10,000. Don't say what na chicken change. What it be 10,000? What it be 10,000? Say 100,000, 50,000. Don't say na chicken change. But this woman use 10,000 naira take full a freezer. She buy la casella, buy all this small juice. Then come buy agege bread. She don't start business with that. Now there people come pump money give this woman. This woman get more than 1 point something million. She can't go buy machine, buy other things. When we say she can't increase her business, but she can't dey stand by when they balance her. So now so person say they do something. So if you know sabi learn how to do all those kind of things, now what you need to learn, not just carry money gather for your lap. They spend their year and say you marry big man, because tomorrow you don't know what tomorrow go be. Anyway, me I not talk too much, so more wait for the other parts. Then this video don't long, then we'll come back to the rest of the story. Okay, I'll see you now for my next video. Okay, say get access to Mr. Ibu account. Okay, no worry, me I not talk too much. The next video. Okay, thank you. Like this video and bye bye. Please don't forget to share and like. Ciao, and subscribe to our channel. Bye bye.